Hello and welcome to OTW. That's One Take Wednesday for all you noobs out there. It's a series of videos where every week I discuss a hockey-related topic and I do it in a single take. That means no edits, no jump cuts, no nothing. Just straight up raw footage for your viewing pleasure. Now before we begin, I do want to say that I'm kind of feeling a little under the weather right now, so I apologize in advance for that, but I appreciate you sticking it out with me here in this video. Now for this episode, we're going to discuss blackouts in the broadcasting sense because the NHL, NBC, earlier this week announced its schedule for nationally televised games this season. And they're saying they've heard the fans because they're showing a more diverse range of teams nationally now. They're showing the smaller markets more than they ever did before, and that should please the fans. And they may spin it like that. I think there's a reason they're doing that. There's more to it behind the scenes than just listening to the fans, because if they were really competent, they would have done this a long time ago. Now, for fans of smaller markets or teams that don't get shown a whole lot on national TV, I'm going to tell you right now, as a Blackhawks fan, it's not as great as you may think, because I think pretty much all fans enjoy their local broadcast team more than a national televised crew. I think that's pretty much a universal truth, but I could be wrong. Anyhow, NBC, so they're showing more diverse teams, but they're still going to be showing the Blackhawks 19 times. That's the most out of any NHL team, even though the Blackhawks had a less than stellar season last year. They're also showing the New York Rangers 14 times when they're in a straight-up rebuild right now. Meanwhile, you have the New Jersey Devils, a playoff team last year, and the reigning league MVP in Taylor Hall getting shown a whopping 2 times. You can't really argue East Coast bias with that either. So the big thing here, though, with the blackouts is that nationally televised games get blacked out with streaming services that fans like myself use to watch games, because I'm out of market, so I don't get locally broadcasted games. I don't get those channels. So I use a service like NHL TV to watch my favorite team play. But because of contract agreements, national televised games on cable television don't get shown on my subscription that I pay for. The big kicker here is that a similar fan to me, a New Jersey Devils fan, pays for NHL TV. I, a Blackhawks fan, pay for NHL TV. I get to see 17 less games of my favorite team than this fan, the New Jersey Devils fan. But we pay the exact same price. Blackout rules were introduced by the FCC in 1975 in a way to get people to show up in stadiums in seats instead of watching the game at home on the TV. The FCC would later pull that whole sports blackout ruling away in 1994, but blackouts still exist because they're privately negotiated between leagues and broadcasting companies. But they're no longer meant to get people in the seats. They're meant to have people pay for cable subscriptions, which are also archaic. Here's the thing. There are a lot more ways to watch content nowadays. And if you have to have silly rules like blackouts in your contracts to make sure your product or service succeeds, maybe your product or service is crap. And maybe, just maybe, you should adapt. Because those who do not adapt die. Thanks for watching this episode of One Take Wednesday. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it as always, but most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions. I'll see you next time.